if we... I'll leave this here for now. If I tab over to my freighter, and then I can move this stuff into storage. I've accumulated a decent amount of these tainted metal stacks for converting to nanites because I will always need nanites. But if we take a look at our freighter itself, this is the Gogmazios Mark I. This one is a C-class freighter. It's got a pretty decent standard inventory that I was able to max out. I can't remember if it was the same or more than the one we were currently using in the last session of recording. But it was pretty functional, and I acquired it as I was upgrading things for my living ship. This probably won't be the final one that I get. When I want to hunt for some optimal S-class freighters, I'll probably do coordinate hunting. Places like the No Man's Sky Coordinate Exchange subreddit, which is a place where people will post the coordinates in the different planetary systems for things they find. It might be good to track down an S-class freighter coordinate location when I want to get the quote-unquote endgame one that I'm going to stick with. And we'll see when I get there. But for now, the Gogmazios will serve as a pretty functional mobile storage unit and house for our ships in our hangar. Well, that being said, I can take off, and I want to jump back into the progression for Artemis's quest line. Let us see in the log. Alright. First, I need to make sure that I'm in the right system. I think home base planet and home base system are close, but not in the same system as the actual quest objective. If you remember, the last thing we were doing was trying to rank up in the respective systems so we could talk to the locals and get information to figure out Artemis's position. If we zoom out of the main system here, I've traveled to quite a few places as I was jumping to different areas and doing the different quest lines for things like Starbirth. It definitely covered a lot more overall space. And when I finally finished that, before I jumped back into the Let's Play recording, I did start making my way towards the Galactic Core, and I made a pretty decent amount of progress, but I jumped all the way back here, so at some point I'll need to get back on track towards doing that in the Atlas path. We'll go ahead and jump back and get a pretty good shot of our living ship. When they're docked on planet, they sort of close up. The shelled components kind of tuck into the body, and then when it's actually flying around, it behaves more like limbs. And I guess since we're here... Oh. There's a freighter under attack. This would be a good opportunity to sort of demo the weaponry and the maneuverability on this ship. Right away, the spewing vents, since I have them pretty well upgraded, absolutely shred low-level craft. And the pulse engine upgrades give the Nakarkos pretty good maneuverability. This thing is very fast and agile. You can swap over to grafted eyes. I'll demonstrate the focus power of the phase lasers or phase cannons, whatever the other equivalent is. Require a bit more of commitment to lock on target, and a bit more challenging to use, but if you can focus on a target, lay the damage on, they'll cut through the shields pretty quickly, and the enemy will get destroyed pretty quickly. And these have a bit more of a extended firing period. You can just focus them on a target as opposed to worrying about overheating. Because I have them decently upgraded, it would take a long time for those to overheat. Still think I like the spewing vents better. The rapid fire is a little easier to aim. Let's see, a couple more. Overall, I do like the living ship concept. I'm hoping Hello Games adds some additional customization or things that you can do with the craft when you have them. Alright. We won't worry too much about talking to the captain right now. Instead, I'm going to the message, yada yada. Maybe we'll come back, but for now, let's stay on target. I'd like to make some progress on the Artemis storyline for this session, and depending on how much of that we do, I will see how I want to plan out the future recording sessions for this LP. Alright. Incoming merchant. Just gonna see if there's anything worth buying. That doesn't look like it. That's fine. This should drop us directly onto the spaceport. The trading outpost, as it were, as we're trying to talk to the Gek merchant type person. Now that the standing's been increased, we should be able to get what we need. We'll find out. As I approach the life form, their beak begins to click, a strange gas issuing forth. It is unclear if Artemis's translator is working. Well, ask for information about the star system. Life form shakes their head, disappointed in me. I try to resist smelling their gas, but the odor permeates my exosuit vents, even my life support system. I am filled with an overwhelming desire to purchase things. Well, you can see if bribing works. I offer units to the Gek, repeating my request for information. The Gek smiles, the gas receding. They appear to have found the entire exchange amusing. In exchange for this amusement, they offer to decode the star chart for free. Okay, hand over the star chart. I asked the life form to decode the star chart and provide a route to Artemis's location. The Gek is offended by the suggestion that they made a mistake. They say they will give me a low rating on the Trade Federation database for my impertinence. I apologize and leave. Okay, well that didn't work. We'll have to go back to space and reestablish contact with Artemis. There you are. I found high ground, I think. When you arrive, I'll fire my melta tool into the air to mark my location. What's wrong? Why aren't you saying anything? I Tell Artemis the locals could not decipher their star chart. The alien even went so far as to claim those stars did not exist. That's impossible. I can't have traveled that far from charted space. You found my ship. Ask how Artemis got there. As I speak, the line begins to crackle with interference. Artemis looks up at the stars in panic. The stars, they've altered since I made the chart. Blinked out in... How is this possible? What's happening to me? I need to get out of here. I need to... It is quiet at first, but there is unmistakable growing steadily louder. It is there, unmistakable, growing steadily louder with each passing moment. A sound beneath their words, a sound as if glass could scream. They're coming for me. I could see them, smell them. I discovered the glyphs for a portal traveler, a gateway between worlds. I thought it would lead me to another of our kind, but now I don't even know if the voice was real. The pathway collapsed while I was still inside. I found this place in the darkness. I thought perhaps it was a planet. I was so wrong. I can see their faces. There are seeds of glass within their... Ask for glyphs. They're gone. My data fragmented in the... I just wanted to discover worlds. I wanted to find other travelers. I didn't. 16. Warn. 16. Warn your face. It. Please, not yet. I'm not. The signal cuts off. As it crackles into oblivion, I hear the name through the static. Apollo. The frequency for Apollo has been added to my hollow terminus contacts. Okay. I need to go talk to Nada over on the anomaly. Alright, back on the anomaly. Let's see who's around. That's an interesting looking ship. I think that's a hauler type. Alright, let's see what Nada has to say. What have you learned, Traveler? What generates Artemis Entity's signal? I tell Nada how we failed to understand Artemis's location. I explain their strange messages, Apollo and the portal glyphs. Nada pauses. Their lights blink as they process this information. Artemis slips between worlds, into the data fall. Our home lives in these spaces, but these holes are stable, small. Nada is worried, Traveler. Cracks between the iterations should not widen. It will not help us. Artemis Entity still does not remember Nada. They did not. This is a puzzle. A trap? Or tragedy? Apollo Entity is unknown to Nada. More puzzling still. If Traveler Entity is curious, Nada has advice. The rampant crimson is the work of the Atlas Falsity. Other Korvax say deity. Nada knows better. Atlas False Entity hunts Nada, but Traveler may seek them out and draw them away. Okay, I think now we're going to be tracking towards the Atlas stations. Boundaries are strange things, Traveler friend. Most things stay where they belong. Other things are home. Atlas and now Artemis friends slip between. Curious. Ask for Atlas station coordinates. I will do it, friend, but please be careful. We would hate to see you leave us. Oh, somebody gave me a stasis device. Oh, that thing's worth a lot. That's a nice gift. I guess I'll hold on to that for now. Maybe if I accumulate some more of them, I can sell them. Though I've got 4.2 billion credits. I'm not really hurting for money at the moment.